this video today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a custom trick-or-treat bag using Cricut's glitter iron-on, a Cricut machine, and the Cricut EasyPress. This is such a super simple project, and I love working with glitter iron-on. I will link everything that I use in this project in the description below, and you can snag all that on our website, www.craft-e-corner.com. Let's get started in Design Space. This project was super simple to put together. This is a pre-made design that I found while searching for Halloween images over here in Images. I will include a link for this project below, otherwise this is the tag, the image info that you can search for that, and then this will pop up. So then from here, the only other thing that I did was resize this according to what I needed for my project. I knew I wanted it to be 11.5 inches wide. So as you can see in the size up here, I left the lock on so it stayed proportionate, and I just typed in 11.5 and it adjusted it accordingly. And then before we click on Make It, just make sure you have your correct machine selected. You can use any machine. Your project will have to be a lot smaller if you're using the Joy. So click on Make It, and then since we are working with iron-on, we'll mirror our image, and then we'll hit Continue. And now it's going to connect to my maker over Bluetooth. Now we'll go ahead and search for our material. I'll click Browse All Materials, and we are working with glitter iron-on. It's super important that you make sure you choose this setting and not regular iron-on because they're very different. So click on glitter and click Done. And then again, it's going to remind us to mirror our image. Make sure we have the glitter iron-on placed right side up on the mat, and we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and get my glitter iron-on cut down to size. I'm going to go ahead and get my glitter iron-on applied onto a standard grip cutting mat. There is going to be a shiny side, and then there's going to be a dull or matte finish side. We want to make sure when we're applying this onto the mat that we do it shiny side down. So we'll go ahead and get this lined up. And then I'm going to use a scraper tool and just help to get out some of these air bubbles that are currently on the mat, and just make sure that everything is placed down. So we already went ahead and selected glitter iron-on for our cutting setting. We'll get this loaded into the machine, make sure it is straight up against that roller bar. We'll triple check again that we mirrored our image in Design Space, and if you've done all those things, we will hit the flashing C and get cutting. To remove the iron-on from our cutting mat, I like to flip the mat over and bend the mat back while I hold the iron-on straight. The next step is going to be weeding our iron-on. I'm actually just going to place my water bottle down here just to help keep this flat. But what this means is we are going to remove the excess vinyl from around the design and then also inside of it. So remember, we're weeding from that back side where it cut, so you're not weeding from the shiny side, you're weeding from the dull side. I like to start in the top corner and just pull down at a 45-degree angle and just kind of rock gently back and forth. I'm gonna grab my scissors, and I'm just gonna cut chunks as I go. I just wanna weed in small portions. If you're finding that some parts of your design are wanting to come up with what you're weeding, I'm just using my weeder tool to kind of push it back down. This really skinny portion of where the spider is hanging from, when I first pulled it, it wanted to come up as well. So I just used that weeder tool to push it down, and then it should be just fine. Let's go nice and slow. You want to make sure, of course, that everything that needs to stay per your design stays, and you're only weeding what you need to get rid of. And honestly, glitter iron-on can be a little tricky to see at times. If you have a bright pad, I would definitely recommend using that for glitter iron-on. Otherwise, definitely do this with natural light. I feel like it's a lot easier to see than if you're like weeding at night and you're using just a regular light bulb. So I removed all of the vinyl from around the design, and now I'm going to go back and remove the vinyl from the inside as well. All right, we've got it all finished, and here's what it looks like from the front side. So now I'm gonna grab my EasyPress and EasyPress mat and the bag, and we'll get transferring this. To figure out our settings for our EasyPress, we're gonna use Cricut's Heat Guide. I'll leave the link below for this. Super simple to use. You'll just select your EasyPress and then your heat transfer material, which we're using glitter iron-on, and then your base material. And I checked the tag on the bag, and it is 100% cotton. I actually thought it was muslin, so make sure you just double check which material you're working with. We are using the EasyPress mat, and we'll click apply. And then these are the settings and instructions that we'll use for this project. So we'll set it to 330 degrees for 30 seconds, preheat, light pressure, flip and press from the back, and cool peel. So it's as simple as that, and this is a great tool to use. I highly recommend using this with your EasyPress. All right, so I have my EasyPress heating up over here, and I have my cotton bag, and what I'm actually gonna do is put the EasyPress mat right inside of it, and I'm just gonna try and get this centered because that's where I want to put my design. So as you can tell, there are a couple wrinkles. To get rid of them, you could obviously either wash this first, I did not, or you can use your EasyPress to help try and iron some of those out. So while the EasyPress is heating up, I'm just going in a circle here trying to get those wrinkles out, and we'll just do the best that we can. So it just finished preheating. The EasyPress is now at the correct temperature, and since we ironed this out with the EasyPress or tried to get these wrinkles out, we don't necessarily need to preheat, but I am gonna do it again just for 5 seconds. And now we'll take our iron-on design and we're gonna get this lined up on our tote bag. So actually these creases will help in a way because that is the center of the bag. So I'm just gonna try and get those lined up there. And once you've got it lined up, just push it down. Make sure everything's nice and even. And then we're gonna apply the EasyPress with light pressure for 30 seconds. Perfect. Now we'll remove the EasyPress. And then we are going to take the EasyPress mat out, and we're actually going to flip our bag inside out. And this time I'm just gonna place it on top of the mat. And now we're going to press again for 15 seconds. And as I was flipping it, I realized you probably could have just turned the bag over and heated from through both of the layers and have been okay, but I'm just gonna be extra safe and inside it out. So we're gonna do this for 15 seconds. And now we're gonna wait to do a cool peel. I'll get our bag right-sided out again, and then we'll wait for this to cool down, and then we'll remove the liner. So this is completely cooled to the touch, and now we're going to remove the liner. We'll go nice and slow. Just start in one of the corners. And what we're wanting to look for here is obviously full adhesion. If you find that something has not stuck well, then you can grab your EasyPress again, push it back down, press the back, just repeat the steps, and that should definitely help. But this is going perfectly, and I have found that actually working with glitter iron-on, I think is the easiest iron-on to work with. I've always had good success with it. And there you have it. So there is our custom trick-or-treat bag using glitter iron-on. I hope that you guys found this helpful and that you give this glitter iron-on a shot. It is so pretty. I honestly don't reach for glitter iron-on all that often, but I love the texture and how it just shines a little. It's just subtle and it's really pretty. So that's how you use it, using your EasyPress and your Cricut. You can obviously customize this however you want. It might be fun to like add your kiddo's name somewhere or just make a fun design for them. So let us know in the comments below if you have any questions. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video today.